Hi everyone, it's Mark here. I'm the founder of the Arts and Culture Network, and this is one of our deeper dives into what the skills and magic that can be conjured by some of our members. So I'm really pleased to be joined again by Jo Dickens, who is a designer and working on some fantastic projects with different design services for different types of organization in different places around the world. So it's been a really great conversation so far. So Jo, do you want to say hello? Do the elevator pitch?
Okay. Hi, afternoon. For those of you I've not met before, I'm Jo Dickens. I own Elektra Designs. I specialize in design and print, but mainly branding for businesses. I work with a number of clients to sort of help solve their problems where they're not communicating effectively with their audience. They're not really sure who their audience is. Their visuals aren't getting the traction that they want. So we sit down and really sort of drill down to the nub of it as to who they want to talk to, why they want to talk to, why it's not working as they think it should be. And very often what they think they know about their own business actually proves to be something different when they look at the audience that they want to talk to. So we then help them sort of reorganize, redesign their brand so as it's effectively communicating their message to their chosen audience. One of the projects that we have and that we've discussed earlier was a client of mine is an accountant who has found herself in a position where a number of her own clients are coming to her for business advice, not necessarily relating to accountancy. So she ends up being a bit more of a mentor to them with regards to what they should be doing in their business and how that will help them perform better. And so we're sort of reworking her branding to reflect that, so as people can see just how much more approachable. She's not just sort of working within accountancy, who tend to have something of a little bit of a stale image, but she's working to actually help and encourage and grow her clients, her businesses, and that's quite a bit more exciting for her, certainly very useful for them.
Yeah.
So she has a vested interest, I suppose, in seeing them grow and do well.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds like a fascinating opportunity. You and I spoke about this earlier. It strikes me that she has an opportunity to create a new category of accountant in that process. Like I think we scribbled down, didn't we? Mentor. I'm a mentor accountant.
Yes.
Or a mentoring accountant. Somebody who's prepared to share their understanding of financial literacy and sound and reasonable business strategy from a financial point of view. It's often, and there'll be lots of companies out there who don't have the resources to have a full-time chief financial officer or head of finance who might have 20-25 years experience and be able to bring that kind of expertise to that process. So it sounds that's a fascinating one. And from a branding point of view, you've already told me a little bit about what you're doing, and it's clear that you're going to be able to communicate that effectively and clearly. I think whenever I'm doing something similar, I always aim for clarity, brevity, and wit. If you can have a drop of each of those things, yes, in whatever you do, then it works. So, yeah. And there's another, I think you're working on another project as well, Jo, aren't you, which is global almost, isn't it?
Yes. So one of my clients is a global medical instrumentation firm. And we've started out several years ago working with them here in the UK. And what we have found is essentially listening to the teams who go out on the front line, as it were, to their needs, equipping them properly to do their job effectively, watching the fruit of that come through, The upshot of that is not only have they grown across their territories here within Northern Europe, but because of the work we've done within the company, being recognized by their head office in the US, we have been asked to help take over the marketing in Southeast Asia with them. So are looking at the campaigns that they run down there, and making it all sort of sing the same song, as it were, be effective, be clear, and rather than having sort of a disjointed approach of, well, this is what we're doing up here, that's what, you know, you're doing something a little different down there. It's all very recognizable now. It's all very sort of very much right. Okay, we know who these are. We recognize this quite clearly, quite quickly, and that in itself, the consistency proves very effective.
Congratulations, that sounds like a great contract to have. That's brilliant.
Yes. Yeah.
Joe, thanks so much for doing this slightly deeper dive into the work that you do. Whereabouts are you again geographically, for the benefit of our members?
So I'm based here in South Wales, in the United Kingdom. Great.
And somewhere down there, up there, over there, or there will be all Joe's contact details. So Joe, thanks again for doing this. It's great, and thank you also for being a full member of our gang.
Pleasure.